So my cat Mia is a surili billi. So if I'm singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to him, he will complete the last word. Just twinkle twinkle little. So which go like that.
Why do you think that people should take care of space?
Do we always need a reason to do something good? We don't, right? Like
Yes.
sometimes you just do it because it's a nice thing to do, because animals are human beings' best friends and they depend on us. They can't produce their own food.
One single step that we can take to stop these things.
It really boils my blood when I see anything like any kind of cruelty happening towards animals and all that stuff. So the first most important thing that needs to happen is the laws need to be strong. Whatever crime somebody is committing against a human being or an animal, it should be at par with it.
Celebrities are taking to pets nowadays.
I have seen homeless people adopt stray dogs, which I don't know if they're status symbol or I think it's more to do with somebody loving a particular breed and getting them.
Take a responsibility of one stray.
I think it's a great thought. Like, we are billions of us in the world. Even if half of us take care of one stray each,
Exactly.
I think they'll get the best life,
Usually we get to see a big battle between pet haters, pet lovers.
Normally, animal lovers are more compassionate, peaceful, they're peace loving. So nobody wants to get into fight. Because some people talk about, pigeons are unhealthy
Pigeons are doing
and
this,
everything.
rats are
But
there.
yeah, they're all a part of nature. You have to embrace it. And movie soundtrack for my pet's life.
Yeah.
Thug life will go there like.
Ta-na-na-na-na. So Manjari, welcome to Talky Tails. We are super excited to have you today.
Thank you so much for having me here.
So सबसे पहले मंजरी हम जानना चाहेंगे कि आप कहाँ से हैं
Okay.
और आपका जो बचपन है कहाँ बीता.
तो मैं बहुत सारी जगह रह चुकी हूँ.
हाँ.
तो पहले तो आई वॉज बॉर्न इन सागर, मध्य प्रदेश. एंड उसके बाद पापा आर्मी में थे, तो हम लोग सब जगह जाके आए हैं. सो लाइक आफ्टर being born in Sagar, then Papa was posted at Nagaland. Then from there we went to Shimla, then we went to Jammu, then we went to Pune for a bit, then Delhi, Mumbai, so finally Bombay. So yeah, so I have stayed all over India.
So मंजरी, आप तो कहना चाहिए मतलब भारत के हर जगह पे रह के आई हैं, है ना. अलग क्लाइमेट्स, अलग जगह, अलग एक्सपीरियंसेस. तो आपका क्या रहा है, अनुभव क्या रहा सब जगह से, व्हाट डिड यू लर्न फ्रॉम दैट?
बिकॉज पापा आर्मी में होने की वजह से हर 3 साल में पापा की पोस्टिंग होती थी. तो एक चीज़ बहुत अच्छी हुई है, एक तो मुझे बहुत सारी जगह देखने को मिली इंडिया में. एंड दे आर ब्यूटीफुल. इंडिया इज सच अ ब्यूटीफुल कंट्री. एंड ऑल्सो मेरी हर place, all the places in India, I have made friends.
Oh wow.
And I have friends even today from the time I was in nursery. And while growing up, I remember we used to also beach me write letters to each other and all that stuff till the emails came out and all that. And also army में होने की वजह से हम लोग इतनी जगह पे रहते हैं हर 3 साल. तो इंडिया में हर एक कॉर्नर में लोग अलग हैं, कल्चर्स अलग हैं. So because of army you get to understand people from different cultures. It grounds you also as a person. You learn to get along with everyone. And when you know how to deal with people, there's a lot of confidence that builds in most of the army officers' children. That really helps on a long run. And of course army में होने की वजह से when you see the lives of army officers, how difficult it is, and all that, there's a lot of discipline that comes in. And it's just I think army life was the best experience a child can ever get while growing up.
I think you're really lucky to experience all these parts of the country, I think.
Yes, I think so too.
And live with them. Live in those states actually. तो ये जानवरों के प्रति आपका जो प्रेम है, ये कहाँ से स्टार्ट हुआ?
आई थिंक मैं शिमला में पापा की पोस्टिंग हुई थी.
अच्छा.
सो शिमला में रोज मम्मी और मैं स्कूल जाते थे. माई मॉम वाज टीचिंग इन द सेम स्कूल, शैलडे हाई स्कूल शिमला.
ओके.
तो माई स्कूल वाज 1 hill up.
Okay.
So मम्मी और मैं दोनों घर से चल के up the hill we used to go to school and come down and बीच में बहुत सारे beautiful little villas होते थे, bungalows होते थे. तो मुझे एक बार एक गेट के ऊपर बहुत सारे puppies दिखे थे. Like so many puppies were there and I got damn excited. I would pull my mother. I'm like, Mama, मुझे यहाँ जाना है, you know. So she was like, no, चलो school जाएंगे, late हो रहे हैं. So then we would go. One day, I went missing. I went missing from school and my mom was like searching the entire school after chutti and you know she was panicking because then she was like kahin bhi nahi hai. So then she went down to the house and she's like ghar pe aayi kya? मैं घर पे भी नहीं हूँ. Then again poor thing she went climbing the same hill up back to school कि मैं कहीं bathroom में तो बंद नहीं होगी कहीं तो. She did 2-3 chakkars and then finally it struck her. ये लड़की कहाँ हो सकती है? She straight went to that general uncle's house and she rang the bell. And I'm nicely playing with the puppies out there and auntie मुझे खाना खिला रही हैं. My mother wanted to slap me across my face for all the stress I gave her that time. But I think that was a moment my mom realized कि okay, I need to get a puppy for her. So then I got my first dog, Elsa. Elsa was my first dog. She was the last sap. So she's a Maltese. I think she was a Maltese. She looked like one now that I see the photographs of Maltese. So yeah, it was that. And yeah, I mean like, and of course my mum is a crazy animal lover herself.
Yeah, okay.
So she has always loved dogs and not just dogs, birds. Like, there were wild birds coming into her house. She would keep a little bowl for the crows and for the pigeons and for parrots would come, sparrows would come. So I think I get the whole thing of love for animals from my mom a lot. So yeah.
You know, that's so nice that you grew up. I would like to know that, you know, tell the audience that how much this has affected your life. मतलब क्या फर्क पड़ा आपकी जिंदगी में, you know, growing up with nature, with the animal?
I think it is an extremely important thing for all the kids to grow with animals and nature, of course. Because I think animals teach so much to children. Animals teach compassion. They teach, like, you know, like they're so innocent, you know, you learn to take care of something as small and cute as that. And like, you know, you understand that every living being has emotions, it has feelings, they're intelligent, they can't speak in your language, but they still hold a lot of personality. Like, all dogs are not alike, all cats are not alike. आप हर एक animal को देखोगे, हर एक animal का एक अलग personality होता है.
मतलब character just like humans,
just like human beings. So that's what you learn, you know. So I think that's what I learned while growing up. I think compassion and empathy for living beings is what I learned while growing with animals.
Like, Manjari, what would you like to tell people who are scared or people who resist them? Like, आजकल nowadays you बोले बच्चों को बोलते बेटा काटेगा. हाँ. So what have you got to tell such people?
So I just want to tell people who are scared of animals कि I understand. It's like, I mean, I don't want to judge them. It's probably everybody has their own experience in life. कभी किसी को बचपन में किसी कुत्ते ने काटा होता है. So उनको उसकी वजह से phobia हो जाता है. So I'm no one to judge them. That's all right if you're scared. But I would just say don't project that fear from your experience on your child. Because what happens is like, you know, अगर बच्चे अपने पेरेंट्स से सीखते हैं, so the moment you start instilling that fear, like, or be like, oh, you know, you start having that reaction with animals, with your children, you are making them scared of something that can be absolutely a different relationship they might have with another animal, which can be so enriching. I mean, I think relationship with animals is extremely enriching. So don't kill that for your child, is what I would say, I think.
Any experiences जो आपकी ज़िंदगी में ऐसा है कि आपने अनुभव किया कि you know your pet maybe घर का या बाहर का उसने कुछ ऐसा कुछ किया हो and you felt like, oh my god, this is like so close to human, and you know they really changed your mood or changed actually your life.
So
something
I
like
should
that.
tell you about Mia.
Okay.
So
who's Mia? You have to introduce Mia.
So normally I have grown up with dogs all my life.
Okay.
So people talk about cats as if they don't care and they are very snooty.
Snooty, yeah.
And they're like khana do bhar mein jao kind of personalities. They have that attitude. So मेरी building में एक बिल्ली होती थी. उसका नाम मैंने मिया रखा था. I think she must be around 4 or 5 months old when she walked in.
Okay.
And so she, she's the first cat I got attached to. Okay, so I would go every evening, I would pet her, I would get toys for her, play with her. She was a very talkative cat. She would always answer back and she would like keep meowing all the time around you. Khana khane ke baad bhi she'll come and chill with you. So I was very attached to her personally. And so one year she was down in the building and then she went missing. She completely went missing.
Oh.
And
is she ginger?
No. So Mia went missing. Like my Mia went missing, and I searched for her for 1 month everywhere, and I was so sad because I was like, she's gone. My mom was like, but beta, cats are not loyal like dogs. so I was like, wo chali gayi hogi. I was like, nahi, how can she just go and all? I was like really offended. I was very sad. But then, there's a prayer you say. There's a prayer, very powerful prayer you say, like when you lose something or someone, you say something like, Dear Saint Francis of Assisi, nothing is truly lost in the eyes of God. I'm sure you can see her where she is. Help her find her way back to me or help me find her. So 4.5 months later, I live in Mud Island, so I was going to the jetty and I saw this wriggling figure in this jhadi. And I just was like, this looks like Mia. So I just went to her and I said, Mia? And she looked back at me, she's like, meow. Okay. And then she started following me and I realized it was Mia. So I picked her up, I got her back to the society.
Okay.
And she was pregnant that time.
Oh.
And so she was pregnant, it was rainy season, so I just wanted her to have a safe place to deliver. So finally, 2 months later, she, her stomach looked like there was nothing inside anymore. So I was like, she's delivered. So this is the first time she followed me to my house.
Okay.
And she came into the lift with me and she came straight to my house on the 11th floor with me. Got into my house, went straight up to my bedroom. The cupboard was open and she walked into the cupboard, sat in my clothes for 15 minutes. I was like, Madam, tumhare bacche. Like, you just left them and come. But no, she got off 15 minutes later, went back to my door. Then I understood she has to be sent down again. So I took her down and she straight went to the jhadi where she had delivered.
Okay.
And I waited for 5 minutes, she didn't come, so I went back home and then the guard calls me. Madam, Mia apna bachcha leke aapki gaadi ke paas aapka wait kar rahi hai. And I rushed down and the moment the lift opened, I still have this visual in front of my eyes where Mia is holding her little baby in her mouth, aankhein band, kaan band, itne 3 din ka bachcha in her mouth, and she enters the lift with me.
Oh my God.
And she just, she leaves the baby in the lift and herself. She comes on the 11th floor and she leaves the baby, right? So she got out and she's a wild cat and I'm really scared because jo bhi hai, she's a wild cat, uske bachche ko haath lagaungi, mujhe maregi. So maine dar ke, I just kind of picked up the baby in my hand and I just showed it to her. I'm like, take it. so then she very gently picked it up from my hand. And she went straight to my door again.
Okay.
So she was gifting herself and her baby to me.
So
and I was in tears. I was just too emotional because that was like a kind of a trust a wild animal was showing on me for the first time. And so yeah, she went in and the same place, wo jo kapde jahan pe wo baiti thi mere cupboard ke andar, she was there to choose the place for the baby.
Oh, okay.
So she sat in my cupboard, then I made a little space for her there and she sat in my cupboard and tended to the baby. So then she never left, of course. So
you were doing location recce?
Yeah, she was doing location recce, exactly.
Is it perfect? Is it safe? So sweet.
So that moment was something that really, you know, I mean, it was a very overwhelming moment for me.
Tell us about all the bachas in your house. Who are all the bachas in your house?
So there's Mia.
Okay, of course Mia.
Mia's there. Simba is there. Simba is the male cat. He is 1 year younger to Mia.
Okay.
And
Simba is also a stray?
Simba is also stray. So unfortunately, Mia's daughter didn't survive. Okay. The baby she got home. She died after 3.5 months old.
Okay.
But then for her company, I got Simba from outside the gate. हाँ ये ठीक लग रहा है इसको उठा लो. So I picked him up. I just got him home, and Mia started playing with him after 6 days.
6 days.
She took 6 days to get adjusted to him.
Okay, okay.
And then they were very happy together.
Okay.
And so yeah, Simba is there. Then I have 6 budgies.
Okay.
Who are not in cage. I mean, there is a cage to
relax. I think.
Make them. Yeah, that's their home. It's like. Yeah, it's a house for them.
It's a house.
So वो मेरे bedroom में उड़ते रहते हैं, and then they go back inside by themselves by the evening. And then there is Charlie.
Okay, who's Charlie?
Now Charlie is a building dog.
Okay.
Who is actually an abandoned dog.
Okay.
So he is this amazing, very well-trained dog.
Okay.
Who was found in our society chilling in the pool.
Oh.
Yeah. He is a brat.
Okay.
So he was, when I met him for the first time, this was around the lockdown period.
A lot of people had
abandoned their dogs. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So मैं एक बार ऐसी नीचे गई थी society के अंदर walk करने, and the clubhouse was shut and everything, so nobody was there. Main swimming pool में पानी नहीं था, but the baby pool it was half full. He was nicely chilling in the water. He was sitting there and chilling in the water, and then he would go jump into the fish tank, play with the fish in the water. He loves water, okay? And then he would come outside the lift door and he would cry because he wanted to go home. Now, which home? Nobody knew. So I think everybody in our society fell in love with him. Okay. And even the stray dogs eventually accepted him because he was this royal boy who would just like, if the other strays are trying to bully him, he would just sit out there and be like, are you done? Are you done? Are you done?
Okay.
I'm here to stay whether you like it or not. So he just made a place for himself out there and everybody fell in love with him. And now he's found a way where, I don't know how he reaches my house.
Okay. So you are the chosen one or what for everybody?
No. I mean, like, I'm not the only one because, like, I know there are at least 10-15 people in our society who will take care of him, give him a bath.
Okay.
And but I don't know how he reaches our respective houses. He will not knock on every door. He has specific houses. He will somehow reach in the lift. And I just know there's this knocking on my door happening. And I open the door and this Charlie, he'll walk in like it's his home. And he will just eat his food and he'll sit and chill. The cats are okay with him. And yeah, he'll go sleep for 12 hours.
Cats are okay and the budgies and all.
I would say they tolerate him. But Simba has been trying to give him to wax and all that. And he's scared of Simba.
He's scared of Simba.
So like if Simba is sitting in the middle, he will be very scared to cross him. So he's a cute sweetheart. So Charlie's sorted. He has figured his life out.
Wow.
He has patawed everybody in our society. He's enjoying the best of both worlds. He's a wild child. At the same time, he has a home when he wants a home. And there's a group called Charlie's Angels.
Really?
Yeah. Where there are like 7, 8 or 10 of us who are like, who have taken his responsibility. He's vaccinated. He gets enough food. All his medical, everything, we all take care of it. So
wow, this looks such a cool group, Charlie's Angels. And these angels are taking care of Charlie.
Yeah, that's right.
This is really posh. I think this is the best life anybody can get.
Yeah, right? Like he gets
life literally. That's nice. So how do you, Manjari, advocate this thought, encourage people कि strays को अपनाएं, strays को adopt करें, and how, कैसे?
You know, I have an idea about this. I think it will be so amazing if with the help of the government, if the Indian police, Indian army, they can adopt strays and they can train them, because strays are as intelligent as any other breeds. But they haven't been given a chance for training.
Wow.
Think about it. Like as we discussed, all animals have their own respective personalities.
Exactly.
They can recruit some of these strays while they get a home, and their life is sorted, and our Indian breeds will get that kind of respect that they deserve.
Exactly.
So Indian Army, police, just recently, मैं अपने college गई थी. I was shooting for something, and they made me revisit my. I had gone to junior college at Ferguson in Pune. So मैं अभी recently अपने college गई थी. I did my junior college in Ferguson, and वहाँ पे मैंने notice किया this new culture out there where the entire campus is filled with stray dogs. And they are so well fed, they are well taken care of.
Wow.
I can see the students giving them so much love.
Wow, that's lovely.
So I was like, मेरे time में होता तो मैं कभी college bunk नहीं करती. I would have been there all day long.
But that's really nice.
So if college premises...
Schools rather, why not schools?
Exactly. So schools and colleges, if they adopt the indies in their campus, school colleges कभी shut नहीं होंगे. They'll always have either the guards or somebody always there to feed them and everything. Not just that, especially in schools for the children, while they're growing up from a tender age, there should be somebody training them about how to deal with animals with compassion and with love. And so we will breed a generation of children who will be sensitive to dogs and know how to treat them right, because a lot of times बच्चे उनकी पूंछ खींचते हैं, they're very badly behaved sometimes, so there can be somebody to guide them. It can be a part of the curriculum, I feel. So so I think it'll be great if that happens.
मतलब so many things you get to learn, na? Not just how to treat an animal, it also reciprocates to children getting scared, dog biting. Then इतनी सारी मिसकंसेप्शंस हैं लोगों के मन में जो शायद आजकल बच्चों को बोलते बेटा वो गंदा है, ये मत करो, वो मत करो. So I think there's so many things that people would learn from this. Is a brilliant idea.
So I really hope that happens, and I would love to do something about it and just kind of encourage this thought. So
Could you also tell people that why should you take a responsibility of a stray?
Okay, one more thing I should say about school colleges to ho gaya, but restaurants especially, a lot of restaurants, a lot of them do it already.
Okay.
So so I think a lot of restaurants and everything, there's so much food that goes wasted. So instead of throwing them in the bin, I mean there should be, I think there are some organization collecting
very few
food and all. But they can actually take it as a social responsibility of,
they should do that.
Whatever. So
that's also a very nice way.
Yeah.
Rather than it getting dumped into dustbins.
Or just basically adopt outside their premises or whatever. They can do that. So
So Manjari, why do you think that people should take care of strays?
Do we always need a reason to do something good? We don't, right? Sometimes you just do it because it's a nice thing to do, because animals depend a lot on us.
Yes.
Animals are human beings' best friends, and they depend on us. They can't produce their own food. And जब वो इतने पुराने ज़माने में जब wild होते थे, they were used to hunting. Now they don't hunt anymore like that. So they depend on us to give them food. And I think, if we can, why not? And they're so loyal. I mean, they always will protect you. आप कहीं भी किसी भी सोसाइटी में जाओगे, there's a reason why they bark at the new people coming to the society. जो वहाँ पे रहते हैं उनके ऊपर नहीं भौंकेंगे. बाहर से अगर कोई आ रहा है, so they will be suspicious of them and they'll be like कि I hope you're here with a good intention, kind of a thing. They'll scare them away. So I mean they're beautiful beings. I mean we should take care of them.
So what all things are you associated with any NGO? Something, or you do things on your own for animals?
I'm not right now associated with any particular NGO, but whatever little I can from my end, I think I do whatever little I can basically for the stray dogs in my society. I mean, I give them more love because there are other people who are giving them a lot of food out there. So I give them a lot of love. And yeah, of course, I mean, like I fight for them when I need to. But I know there are people जो मुझसे बहुत ज़्यादा काम कर रहे हैं और बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं in terms of taking care of the strays and all that, and I'm very inspired by how much they do for them.
And I'm also sure you must have heard about the way they are being treated nowadays. There's a lot of cases of animal cruelty happening.
Yeah.
People posting, sharing all kinds of videos. So what do you think, Manjari, would be one step or one single step that we can take to stop these things?
So, I mean, it really boils my blood when I see anything like any kind of cruelty happening towards animals and all that stuff. So, I mean, the first most important thing that needs to happen is the laws need to be stronger for animals, I mean, against animal cruelty. Because I think let's not forget that any human being who has the mind space to torture an animal, there's definitely something wrong with his psyche. And if he can do that to an innocent animal, it's very easy for him to do that to a human being. So, so now, luckily, with the government's decision, it's become a punishable offense, and there's a little bigger fine on it. But I think animal cruelty needs to be treated equally. Whatever crime somebody is committing against a human being or an animal, it should be at par with it, because they are also living beings and they have their rights. And only then people will start taking it more seriously.
Exactly.
So, so yeah, I think that.
So there's criticism for everything everywhere. So what have you got to say about when it comes to people, vegetarian versus vegans?
Yeah.
People who say, okay, you're vegetarian, but you're not vegan. What have you got to say about this?
So I'm vegetarian. I'm a converted vegetarian.
Okay,
but
that's lovely.
I'm not a vegan.
Okay.
I mean, I have naturally reduced my intake of milk for different reasons, for health reasons, because I'm lactose sensitive.
Okay.
But I think every human body is different. Their needs are different. And I'm not anyone to judge somebody who is not being a vegan or a vegetarian. I mean, maybe protein requirements, maybe something different. So, I mean, I don't like to judge anybody on their choices of food. And, but personally, I decided to become a vegetarian many years ago because of my love for animals. It started with I remember I was at a shoot and I played with a small little lamb, and I was like, I will never eat a lamb again. So I was like 17 when I left eating meat.
Wow.
And after that, I was still eating chicken and fish, and then suddenly I was like, no, I can't be a hypocrite. Like, I mean, I can't eat chicken also. Okay. So then, but the thing is, my leaving of first mutton, then chicken, and then fish happened gradually because of my personal choice, not because somebody put me on a guilt trip. It was something that came from inside, and I think nobody can become that till that thought, that want comes from inside, and that's a personal choice. Yeah, so I don't want to judge anybody. So yeah.
So also there would be, you must be facing a lot of backlash for advocating for animals on social media and trolls and. So how do you handle that?
I remember that unfortunate incident that happened when these, I get this chemical reaction inside me when I see any kind of cruelty like that. Remember that pregnant elephant? These
during lockdown
time? Humans had just made them उसका क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Pineapple नहीं, हाँ pineapple के अंदर कुछ bomb डाल के.
It happened.
It was horrible. So when I spoke about it on social media, some idiot trollers would go like, "Oh, are you vegetarian?" First of all, I was vegetarian. I was like, but what has that got to do with anything?
Exactly.
You know, so it just, but you know, sometimes you just have to ignore these trollers because some people argue for the sake of
Arguing. I think
just
maybe
to
just like
get
that.
that negativity so that the other person responds. So it's best to ignore these kind of trollers, you know. I mean, some people are just not worth
Not
it.
take them seriously.
It's not worth arguing with fools, I believe so.
So, what's your view on wildlife conservation and the impact of human activities on the ecosystem?
Uh, of course, wildlife should be conserved. I'm very surprised that unfortunately hunting still happens in some places and secretly. And there's some, Africa has a lot of sport hunting or something like that. And that's very unfortunate. Like, you know, you breed an animal and then you
Hunt it down.
and you hunt it down. I mean, like, how? How can you do that?
It's cruel,
you know,
actually.
it's really sad, and I think that should be completely stopped. But so I think it comes with everybody. Everybody has to. I think awareness is a lot. I think people need to be educated about. They have to be more compassionate. They have to be, you know. I'm not answering this correctly.
No, it's
So,
like it's about being kind.
It's about kindness, yeah. I mean, like, it's just about having a better upbringing. So it starts from when you are a child and how you're conditioned to respect nature, to respect animals and their space, and yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you know, I think we've just overused our earth. And
Yeah.
that's why all these things we're facing, like the global warming thing and
Yeah.
all, and off-season stuff happening. I think that's also there. There's like a
course.
lot of celebrities are taking to pets nowadays.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's not just celebrities taking to pets. A lot of
Everyone-
people are taking to
So
pets
is
now.
it like a social status thingy?
Oh no.
Yeah, do you think?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think it's a social status
Okay.
thing. I have seen homeless people adopt stray dogs.
Oh,
And
yes,
they take care of them like their own babies.
yes.
So it's nothing to do with status symbol. It is, maybe the some breeds which I don't know if they're status symbol or if, I think it's more to do with somebody loving a particular breed and getting them. But I think there's some breeds which are good not for our country. Like,
that's very important.
Yeah, because there's some breeds like huskies and everything who are for, like, you know, like complete the north area, like whether it's really cold. I remember somebody telling me recently they had gone to Finland and they went for this whole husky ride and everything, and the temperature out there was 0 degrees, and that day it was 0 degrees, otherwise the temperature is in minus something.
Okay.
So this person, the owner of the huskies, he put them in the room with, like, you know, like even negative AC, like, you know, I mean, like in that temperature. And they were like, the people, my friends who had gone, they were surprised. They're like, you know, what happened? They're like, no, it's 0 degrees. They'll get a heat stroke. and so imagine, like, now we are like having huskies here in India with the kind of, that in Mumbai, that kind of temperatures and all that. So unless you can put your ACs on 0 degrees, it's like, but anyway, I think animals are adaptable as well, but it's not fair to have that breed in our country.
True.
So I think adopt indies.
Yeah.
And they're so convenient, and they're so they're sturdy animals. They don't fall ill very fast. They are adaptable of the Indian weather
climate,
conditions and everything.
Say.
So yeah.
So what is one thing you like to tell people? You know, you're telling them to adopt stray animals. What they should do to maintain that? You know, like people say, "Arey Baba, ek to everybody is as it is gets scared ki arey animal responsibility." But what did you say, like, to take care of a stray? Maybe, like, for example, what I want to ask you, Manjari, is like, take a responsibility of one stray. Like how you taking care of Charlie.
That's a beautiful thought. That's a beautiful thought.
Yeah.
So in our
Don't
society,
bring
there are
home.
like 12 stray dogs. All of us are taken care of. But Charlie is like, he has home access. That's different. But as you said, I think it's a great thought. Like, we are billions of us in the world. in India only, how many billions of us are there? Like even if half of us take care of one stray each,
exactly.
I mean, they'll get the best life, you know. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So Manjari, usually we get to see a big battle between pet haters
Oh
and
God,
pet
yeah.
lovers. The battlefield
Yeah,
is the society.
I think
आपका क्या कहना है?
every society in our country is divided between dog haters and dog lovers.
Have you got to experience?
Oh yeah.
Okay. तो क्या किया आपने फिर?
So it's very simple. First of all, haters are very less.
Okay.
They're very noisy.
Noisy.
They're very noisy. They really scream and shout a lot. Normally, animal lovers are more compassionate. They're more peaceful. They're peace loving. So I mean, like nobody wants to get into fight. So luckily for us, the animal laws are very strong in our country. So nobody can actually relocate dogs from the society, which is great. So it is illegal if somebody in the society is trying to tell you कि इनको यहाँ से बाहर फेंक दो, यहाँ पे इनको नहीं, सोसाइटी के अंदर नहीं रखना, इनको बाहर जाके खाना खिलाओ, या अगर इनको इतना प्यार है तो घर लेके जाओ. It is not possible for everyone to, you know, because they're like, it's like raising a baby. You know, I mean, it's like not everyone can adopt children. You know, it's difficult. There are a lot of implications in terms of like when you're traveling, what do you do? And it's very difficult to actually, it's like raising a baby, as I say, right? And
you can't just do that.
You can't just do that. And like, you know, I mean, they are in their natural environment. And as you said that time, like, you know, the whole development has happened, and because of that, a lot of animals lose their natural home. So I mean, technically, जहाँ पे भी वो बना हुआ है, your society, those animals come, they are from there from before. Now that they're part of that place, it's your responsibility to take care of them. So I mean, they can't do much about it. Yes, we can have some friendly rules which are reasonable, like have a feeding area, but feeding area can't be one. If there are like 10 dogs and they don't get along with each other, they're territorial animals. So you'll have to have separate feeding areas. So a few things, a few rules, if you guys can do to coexist happily with each other, I think that is the only solution to it, because I think the people who are haters, they'll have to learn to coexist peacefully, and there's no point, you know, about fighting about it, because you can't take the home away from the animals. So
there's so many things we can do. Yes, of course. आपने खिलाया, उसके बाद you clean.
They can also have plates when you're feeding them, so it's not dirty. And
plus animal haters also have to accept this fact कि भाई you're living in nature. Among all the animals and everything around, you can't chew away everything.
Exactly, because some people talk about, oh, you know, pigeons are
doing
unhealthy
this,
and everything.
rats are there.
But yeah, they're all a part of nature. You have to embrace it and you know, live in peace with nature, and that's the only way. So
that's a wonderful thing that you said, Manjari. I mean, such beautiful things came out. And I'm sure after this we're going to have a session which is called Rapid Fire.
Oh God, I suck at it. I'm not very rapid in the rapid fire round, so
you'll do brilliant.
I'm not very rapid in rapid fire.
It's going to be a fun round.
You'll ask a question, I think 5 minutes.
And you have to answer in fatafat in the rapid fire. And you're going to...
I'm nervous.
Get a hamper. Now you'll get excited.
Hamper?
There, see, that changes the mood.
Ready. Let's do this.
So Manjari, हमने बहुत बार देखा है on your Instagram. You have shared a lot of, you know, videos about cats, dogs, horses. I think. So which is your favorite?
That's a very, very tough one. So I have a lot of favorites.
Okay.
There's one moment I had in Ireland. So I love solo travels.
Okay.
So, and I think in solo travels you make friends with the locals, and then they show you the local way of life.
Okay.
So in Ireland I had made some friends out there. So one of them showed me this beautiful Kilmore Abbey, these horses who were like, there were only 3 out there. They were there in the wild, in their natural environment. They were not in stables. Eggy, Ruby, and I think it was Shadow. 3 of them. Oh my God, that moment of spending time with those wild, not exactly wild, but Kilmore Abbey horses was so amazing, because I was in the middle of them, and there were the 3 of them were just interacting with me. I was running wild with them. I think that was a beautiful experience personally. So that was amazing. Other than that, again, my first experience horse riding was at Ham Polo Club in London. And I remember the name of my first horse I rode. Her name was Nube, which meant cloud. And she was so sweet and so gentle. And I was very emotional when I was leaving that place. I was like, I don't know if I'll ever see her again. So I think that was a very beautiful moment for me, horse riding for the first time. But from my animals that I have some very favorite videos. So one is where Mia is singing. So my cat Mia is a Surili Billi. so whenever I'm practicing singing, she will, whenever I finish a line, when she's in mood, of course, when I finish a line, she will give me the backing vocals. And she will match my sur, mind you.
Oh my God.
So she does that. While Simba, if I'm singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to him, he will complete the last word. So it was Twinkle Twinkle Little. There's a video like that.
So cute.
That's one of my favorites. Then there's another one, which is, so Mia goes and bullies all the stray dogs in my society. So she was a stray earlier, right? So Mia was like the building cat. So all of them are petrified of her because she goes and slaps them, you know. So so she was chilling with me, and there's this Gucci, so my building dog Gucci. He comes and all that, all wagging his tail, is trying to come close to me. Mia goes like a queen. She's walking like that, and then she just suddenly goes and just whacks him.
Oh my God!
And he goes down on his like back and all that. So I think that's one of my absolute favorite videos. And there are many more. Like there are so many more. Like because Mia is a very talkative cat. She literally answers in different cat phonetics.
Oh my God.
So I've had this argument with her where it's like, you know, this mother telling this whole teenage daughter that you can't go down. And she's answering back like she's arguing with me.
Oh, so cute.
So there's so many videos of theirs which are like my favorite. So I can't choose this one or that one. So yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Which Bollywood character would your pet best portray?
Oh, Mia is Pooh.
That's...
Mia is Pooh from Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum.
Simba is
a bondu. Tell me one character. Tell me a very dumb character, please.
That is
no,
not
Simba will be Subodh from Dil Chahta Hai.
Oh,
a love bug.
Okay.
He will
that's
be that.
nice.
Yeah, correct.
Achha, what's one animal you'd love to play in a movie? You.
I would love to play in a movie.
One animal.
I would love to bring up a lion. Or a lioness. I'd love to spend time with it since it's a little cub and then shoot a film with that one.
Lovely.
Of course, I'm going to cry buckets if I have to leave them back in their sanctuary while I'm coming back. But I would love to do an animal. I'd love to do a film where I get to actually experience
an animal.
Moments with a real wild animal who I never will get a chance to interact with. So
wow. Hope your dream comes true.
I hope so.
If you could communicate with one species, which would it be?
It's so difficult communicating with human beings. Sorry. One species I would like to communicate with, listen to their thoughts and, you know.
Communicate to them.
I think I'd love to communicate with, I think I would love to be one of those animal whisperers. Like not just one animal. I would love to
all.
I would love to suddenly have this whole superpower where I can hear the thoughts of animals, and they're able to talk back to me and like communicate with me. So I can like even telepathically, if we can. I would love that.
Okay.
Love that.
And what's the most surprising thing you have learned about animal behavior?
I spoke to this animal communicator recently who told me some connection I had with my Mia.
Okay.
And she told me about how we are like, she has been with me even before she was born, and she has been around, and now she has come into your life in a physical form. And whatever she said was kind of resonating, because she happened to tell me about in the whole communication, animal communication thing, where she had no way of knowing this one aspect of my life.
Okay.
Where she told me, like, Mia wants to tell you to get back to the you that you were in 2012.
Oh my God.
She mentioned the year, and I don't know her personally, and I have not said it out aloud anywhere in any interview or whatever.
Oh my God.
But 2012 was one of the happiest years of my life.
Really?
So that surprised me. That really surprised me.
Wow.
And yeah, she caught her personality without seeing her, just with the name and everything, with her telepathically, whatever. I mean, yeah, it was beautiful. So.
What would you rather take on a road trip? Your pet or your best friend? Best friend is watching.
This is a very tricky question. This is a trick question. My best friend might see it.
But how are you going to face your pet then?
How will I face both of them? No. Why can't I take both of them? It'll be fun.
All of them, actually.
Yeah, I think I can. I would love to take them all together.
Okay. So what's the most memorable wildlife encounter you've had? Okay.
With my friends and all that, and we were going in the dark, like, my friend was driving the car, and the flashlight fell on a gorgeous snake.
Okay.
I was very drunk. So I was like, stop the car! And I was like, and I got out of the car and I went right next to the snake.
Oh my God.
I'm seeing a snake for the first time. So that was a wildlife encounter. Please edit out the part that I was drunk. It's Goa, it's allowed. But anyway, so yeah, I think that was a wild, but nothing. I did not trouble the snake did not trouble me. So we were good.
So who had the wild encounter, the snake or you?
I think for both. The snake must be like looking at me like,
Excuse
pagal hai.
me?
People are supposed to be scared of me. What is wrong with her?
But you mean like gorgeous snake, malab? Very pretty. What would you rather have? A magical pet that can fly or one that can speak?
That can be very tricky. If the dog can speak or the cat can speak, they are going to be a nightmare. I saw this really funny stand-up comedy about if a dog,
a dog can speak.
If a dog can speak, it'll be, I can't do it the way that guy does it, but it's too funny, yeah. So I think a pet, if they can talk, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Okay, what's the most adventurous activity you have done with your pet? Again.
The most adventurous activity. Oh, it's not adventurous activity, but recently I love rains. I love nature, and so the moment it starts raining in Mud Island, because I have access to nature all around me, so I just run down to get wet in the rains, and I take Charlie with me.
Okay.
And poor thing, he will be like all confused. He'll come out of the basement parking, and he'll be like looking at me like, she's gone mad. But then because he loves me, he will follow me. So then he's like, Charlie, come, and then we'll go up in the big garden. We'll get wet in the rains together. He will run in the garden. I'll run behind him. So I think that was like
one
adventurous, lovely thing. Other than that, it's quite an adventure taking my cats to Pune.
Oh no.
In the car. It's a nightmare. So, yeah.
What's one thing you wish people understood about animals?
That they have a lot of personality and emotions.
Yeah.
Like all of us do, like all human beings do. I hope everybody understands. A lot of people understand that, but a lot of people don't. So,
what's your spirit animal and why?
Deer.
Deer. And
Yeah.
why?
I don't know, because like every time I've gone into, no, I know, I'll tell you why. Because every time I've gone into so when you go into meditation, if you regress yourself into your soul's basement, or something like that, or like, you know, there's whatever. It's a meditation thing. The moment I open the door to the garden of my soul, is what you call it.
Okay.
Every time I've been there during meditation, I have seen a deer out there. I don't know what the connection is. I don't know anything, but I've always seen that beautiful deer that comes to greet me. So maybe that's why I feel so.
Okay. So last, if you had to pick a movie soundtrack for your pet's life, what would it be?
Movie soundtrack for my pet's life?
Yeah.
Thug Life.
Thug Life.
Thug Life will go with their life.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Thug Life, is there a song like that? I don't know.
Ta-na-na-na-na. Yeah.
Exactly. Because that's what exactly they do. That's exactly what they do to Charlie when he comes home. I literally can imagine them wearing
the
these,
chashma and
those
the gold
chashmas
chain.
And like, you know, them bullying Charlie and that poor thing just hiding his face.
Manjari ji, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was so wonderful to have you. But I would say, Manjari, really, it was so wonderful to have you here. We got to know so much about you. Actually, you got to know a very different side of you.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this interview so much.
And you opened your heart and was so honest. I really want to thank you for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really love your podcast. I think it's one of the very few podcasts who talk about animals and everything. So, I mean, well done. Like, I really like this podcast a lot.
Thank you, Manjari.
Thank you. So, two things I would like to say. Firstly, animals are not toys. They are living beings who have a lot of emotion and they have personalities. So do not ever gift a puppy or a kitten to anybody, because it's literally like gifting a baby to a family. Whether they can take care of it, can't take care of it, that's a decision they have to make. And don't gift puppies and kittens to your children. If you're getting animals to your home, understand and know that you are getting a baby in your house who will have all the emotions in the world and have a personality. You cannot abandon them. If after 6 months you feel, oh, I can't take care of them, and you give it away to someone else or just like leave it on a road, please don't do that, because for them, you are their world. So please don't. If you get an animal, then you take the responsibility of a child. So that's one thing. And the other thing I want to say to all of you who love dogs but cannot adopt them or cannot keep an animal because of your travel schedules or because you live alone and then there's no one in the family to take care of them. If you can't do that, then there's so many lovely strays around. Take care of one. Just choose one stray and just take that stray's responsibility. Let's not call them stray. Let's call them indies, or let's call them our local dogs. So just take care of one of them. And I think if all of us who love animals can take care of that one, indie puppy around, that'll just change the life of that little puppy. So it'll be great if you do that.
So Manjari, this is the mug you have to sign. Thank you.
Hi, this is Manjari Fadnis. Please do like and subscribe to Talky Tails. It's a lovely platform on Instagram, on YouTube. They have a website, the blog website called www.talkytails.com. They have some amazing, very informative stuff on it, so about animals. So please do subscribe to them, and I'm sure you all will love it.